Welcome back to Brashenomics. I'm Ben Brashen, and James Dainard joins us from Heaton Dainard Real Estate Group, a professional full-service brokerage that offers a wide variety of services, including helping investors acquire significantly discounted bank-owned properties. Hello, James. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing, Ben?
Good. Good to see you. You know, I know you guys have really, we were just talking with Lisa about the systems and processes that are put in place to help people, execute on some of their real estate goals when it comes to buying maybe their first home or their home they're going to live in. And you guys seem to have kind of taken that concept to the investment side of single family residences and condos.
Yeah, we package up investments for, just for investors in general. One of the hardest things as the real estate market gets a better name and kind of gets that buzz back and people want to invest back in real estate is that it's easy to find a property or that there's houses, for the pickings. And there is, but you have to find the right investment at the right price. And, there's a lot of properties for sale out there, but it doesn't mean that it's a smart investment. So what happens is investors go around and they go out and they shop houses, and then they look at house after house and they find a reason not to buy it, or it just doesn't work for their, doesn't work for their numbers, and they end up wasting a ton of time and doing nothing.
A reason not to buy? I mean, is that something that you guys come across, and I want to get into your process for sourcing and closing the deal, but I mean, part of this, I think, is that process is, look, we're not going to give you, there's not so many reasons not to buy. You can almost always talk yourself out of a good deal, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, people will talk themselves out just to talk them out because they get afraid. The real estate went up, it went down, now it's going back up again, starting to stabilize out. So what we do is, with our expertise, we've been doing this for 8 years. So we did this in a flat market, a good market, a really bad market, and now we're doing it again now. We're doing more business than we've ever done. So what we do is, and what we bring to our clients is an expertise and lay it all out for them before they even go look at the property. So, we lay out what it takes to purchase the property, what it's going to take to fix the property, and what it will sell for. And we break everything down to them for a T to where there's no objection and they can just go in with us and make a smart decision without getting involved with too many different parties. We just lay it all out there for them. So we're really talking about locating a property and then fixing it up in a flip type situation. Yeah, and most of the buyers out there or investors, there's two ways you can look at buying in investments. There's the buy and hold investors, which that's a strategic buy. The cap rates are good, the cash flow is it's very strong right now. But then there's the flip investors, which it has, it's got more sex appeal to it. They can buy a house. There's TV shows on it. There's no TV shows called Buy This House and Hold It for a long time. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, but they should make that. It's. The ratings would be off the charts. Oh, man, I tell you. Nothing sexy like 30-year investments, right? Yeah, because everybody... When there's Get Rich Quick on another channel. Yeah, and that's one of the fallacies out there is that there's flip houses everywhere. That you can buy a house for a huge discount from a bank because the bank owns the asset and they want to get rid of it so badly that you can buy it for nothing and sell it for a lot. And people get these grandiose dreams out there, which you can do, but you need to do it in a smart fashion. You can go around and look at 100 different bank-owned properties and write up 100 low-ball offers and get zero. And then all you've done now is wasted 3 months of your life, and your investment is doing nothing at that point. So then what are some of those strategies? I mean, how do you locate a property? What we do is, we work in mostly King County, but we work in King, Stonewich, and Pierce County. We know every neighborhood very well. We know the rough streets. We know the good streets. We know where first-time home buyers are looking really hard. And what we do is we kind of go based on what a per capita basis is in the area. So what people are making and what they can qualify for. And then also we don't really care if it's in, Laurelhurst or it's in SeaTac. It doesn't matter as long as the numbers work out. So what we look at is always what we can get it for and then what we can obviously sell it for. And then the middle number is the biggest key. And so what we do is we give our clients the best tools to get the rehab expense down to where you're not blowing your budget and draining all your profit into this house. Is there so it sounds like there's the buy, there's the sell, but then there's this kind of middle ground, which is also something you guys are helping people to accomplish, which is preparing that house to sell. Yeah, and that comes from just personal experience on our side. I mean, the first thing I did when I was 22 and I bought my first big flip property was I bought it and then I put everything that I wanted into this house. And then I made absolutely no money on the property. It was really nice, and it was way overdone, and it was all to my liking, and no one wanted to buy it. I guess my style factor is that good.
So what we've done is we actually have a property toolkit for our clients. They come in, we map out where to get the cabinets from, what color schemes they should use, where the granite is, where the backsplash is. They have every little tool, every little spec design that we know works in this market, and we give it to them. And then also where to get those things at discounts, because because we do so much volume, we get discounts for all our clients, like 35, 40% off wholesale. So, they can buy the stuff, it can still look really sharp, and do it for a fraction of the price.
So then when you're identifying like a rehab expense, I mean, that's really something that you guys have an ability to lower the cost of.
Yes, we can lower the cost for them, and then also we know when not to go too cheap, too, because that is the other problem that a lot of investors run into is they don't put enough money into it, and then they're competing on the market when you go to resell it. There's really 3 types of houses out there. There's the very nice, clean, fixed-up houses that sell in the first couple days. And then there's the bank-owned properties and the kind of the beat-up houses that sell really cheap. And then there's your middle-of-the-road houses that nobody wants to buy because it's not a good enough deal to really move on, but it's not nice enough for someone to go the other way and want to write it up immediately.
So do you tend to think that, when somebody goes and they're putting money into their property, is it easy to get caught up trying to make too much and rather than just, getting a deal closed? What's kind of your take on that then? Because there's so many moving parts. I mean, you buy it, you rehab it, maybe you rehab it for less expensive or more, but at the end, that end number becomes really the big strategic sticking point.
Yes, and that's one thing we are very blunt with our clients on. We don't do, a lot of realtors make mistakes on telling the client what they want to hear. We don't do that. We just tell them exactly what it will sell for and what the average market times. And our clients tend to believe us because we have right now like 55 listings. And out of those 55 listings, 43 of them are pending. And out of those 43, 38 of them went pending in the first week. So we know how to price them aggressively, but not too low. So what happens is we're the best, nicest house up for sale. And that's the product that always sells in every neighborhood. It doesn't matter if it's in low income or a nice neighborhood, it always is the first thing.
And then you're not sitting there waiting going, well, gosh, I'm going to try to make an extra $8,000 or $3,000 on it. You're pricing it to sell and move on.
Yeah, because there also is cost in there. So you can wait for that extra $3,000, but then you have to make your payment on whatever debt, servicing you have to do. Your utilities, your maintenance, all that stuff racks up. And those are things that we're very aware of those expenses, and we communicate that well over to the client. Say, hey, we could take this offer, and you might make a couple grand less, but it's going to close 30 days early, and you might save, $3,000 here. So at the end of the day, they might be selling it for a couple grand cheaper, but they're going to make an extra $1,000.
Yeah. We're here with James Dainard. James, we just have about a minute left before we go to break. But, how do people know how not to waste time, not sit on the sidelines? How do people know when to become active?
It's really just getting involved with the right investment group. For us, we're very accurate with our numbers, and we can communicate very well to our clients. And the reason we know that is because we're active investors in this market. Our clients like working with us because we buy and sell houses ourselves. So we know all the heartaches, the expenses, and we can kind of lay that all out for them. But really, you just got to make the decision and go with the right team and just feel secure about all the research that you've done before you make that decision.
Well, it sounds like a little bit of that. Buying into a system and process rather than buying into maybe an individual property, right? Is that kind of it? You hire somebody to help you do this.
Yes. They hire us to find them an investment that will yield them a return. Whether it's in Tacoma or Central Seattle or in Snohomish County, it's whatever's going to get you the best return. Don't be picky on the neighborhoods.
Yeah. Because
the comparables are always going to, it's always going to sell for what it's going to sell for.
Yeah. Well, James, thanks so much for joining us. I hope you come back and join us again. We do have to go to break, but when we come back, Jim Estrada, Lisa Hampton, and James are all going to stick around, and we're going to chat a little bit more about choosing the right professionals to work with. We'll be back after this break.